You are now listening to the following program on the Mixkill Media Network.
In a world that seems upside down, there is a man who uses his opinion as a weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin McTaggart is this man, and this is the McTaggart Attack Podcast. Let's go.
Hello and welcome to the McTaggart Attack Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin McTaggart. After a week off, I didn't have an episode last week. I do apologize for that. I was on my annual golf trip to Myrtle Beach. It was fun. Had a good time. I played well. I played good golf. Didn't visit a strip club. I just want to make that clear. Did not visit any strip club. I don't know if anybody else on the trip did, but I didn't want to. Just didn't want to. I wanted to focus on the golf and the drinking. I didn't drink that much though. Don't think I drank a lot. I just said drinking twice. I golfed. Started for golf. It was a good trip. It was a fun trip. Had to come back to work. That sucked. So I apologize for being away for 2 weeks. I hope you're not suffering any withdrawals from the podcast, from not having a new episode. But those of you who've caught it late, you could have listened to all the other episodes. You still have the chance to listen to all the other episodes of the McTaggart Attack Podcast. I have some ideas on how I want to make it more available to people, and I'm going to try to do that, and hopefully people will listen to what I have to say and like what I have to say. If not, I really don't care what you think. That's right. Let's see. The McTaggart Attack Podcast is brought to you by, it's not sponsored, but it's brought out to the masses by the lovely people who run the Mixkill Media Network. Max and GW are two lovely guys, and they do a lovely job with their media network. I don't think there's any other sponsors to put in right now. I'm sure they'll put something in the beginning like they usually do or not. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm still recuperating from my golf trip where I just mostly golfed and drank a little bit. But mostly golfed. That's right. Anyway. Yeah, so this is episode 17. That's exciting. 17 episodes. Let's see. 17 episodes. Well, I guess I should talk about it. This is the last I'll say about this, because there's nothing else to say. After Super Bowl 51, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time, and Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time. That's it. End of discussion. We'll move on to other things. What I wanted to talk about today was politics. I wanted to discuss politics a lot today, because I feel like there's somebody out there in the political spectrum, the political world, that doesn't get enough hatred. That he deserves a lot more hatred than what he's getting. Though I think he got a lot more hatred recently for what he did to Liz Warren last week. The whole hashtag Let Liz Speak thing happened, which seemed bullshit to me. I'm, of course, talking about Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. That's right. If you're not familiar with Mitch McConnell, I'll tell you, he is a senator from Kentucky. He's been a senator since 1985. 32 years. That's too long to be a senator. That's too long. You shouldn't hold a political office for 32 years. I think 2 terms is really all it should be. The president has 2 terms. Why can't the other members of Congress, or the members of Congress, have 2 terms? I'm all for term limits. Except Bernie Sanders, he can run for as long as he wants. But yeah, so yeah, he's been a senator since 1985. He's been the Senate Majority Leader since, I believe, 2015. And he's been famous the last 8 years or so for being an obstructionist, basically not letting Barack Obama do anything for his presidency, blocking anything. Mitch McConnell represents everything that's wrong with politics, in my opinion. Mitch McConnell represents, like, how broken the two-party system really is. We don't need the two-party system anymore. I think the two-party system has failed miserably in the past 3 or 4 decades. It's so ridiculous. It's just so stupid. Why can't we just have the two best candidates run against each other? Why do we need to have one from each party? Because both Hillary and Trump were terrible candidates. Trump is far worse, as I've documented in this podcast, but just so ridiculous. It makes no goddamn sense. But yeah, Mitch McConnell is just an asshole. Let's see. He has a birthday coming up recently. I'm getting all this information from Wikipedia. Because Wikipedia doesn't lie. I think, when's his birthday? When the hell is your birthday? God damn it. His birthday, personal data. Oh, February 20th. He'll be 75. Yay. Born in Alabama, but he's the senator of Kentucky? That doesn't make sense. He has like an awful approval rating, but just so stupid. But yeah, it's just Mitch McConnell. I think you guys need to look into Mitch McConnell. I was going to do like a report and tell you all this stuff about him, but I just really feel that guy is like the absolute model of what's wrong with politics is Mitch McConnell. Like, I love how, like, last year, for example, he led the way to block Obama's choice for Scalia's replacement. By the way, I did read on the internet that Scalia and McConnell worked together years ago. So, yeah, there's no controversy there. It's just so ridiculous that, like, political parties care more about making themselves look good, or making sure the other side doesn't look good, doesn't look better than them. Like, the Republicans could have a great idea, but the Democrats would vote it down because it wasn't the Democrats' idea. It's so stupid. Just go with the ideas. That's not what it's about. I mean, it's no wonder why the environment is broken down. It's no wonder why global warming and climate change is a thing. It's no wonder why the world is crumbling around. Because all we're doing is arguing with each other and making sure that nobody gets anything done ever. I feel like I've talked about that in other podcasts. It's just so damn ridiculous. Mitch McConnell is just a personification of everything. That's the word I was looking for. Personification of everything that's wrong with politics. Oh, so bad. So bad. But I'll tell you, I was going to talk a lot about Mitch McConnell today, but then Donald Trump had his first press conference where it was just him. I haven't watched it yet. I've seen snippets, though, and those snippets are terrifying. Oh my god. Like, I saw that he asked one of the black reporters, can you set me up with the Black Caucus? A meeting with the Black Caucus. Just ridiculous things that he says. It's insane. Oh. Just don't get it. So stupid. And he's still complaining about the election. He won the election. He won the election, and he's still complaining about the results. You won. I saw a video, the Jake Tapper's reaction to Trump's press conference today, and Tapper ended it with something like, Mr. President, because he said it directly to him, because he knew the president was probably watching. You won the presidency. You legitimately won the presidency. Now stop whining about it. Yes, that's exactly it. Oh, so bad. I just have a feeling, though, he's gonna go nuts. Something's gonna happen. I wouldn't be surprised if he resigns. I just see that happening. I don't know if Mike Pence is a better option, though, if Trump resigns. But it's like, it reminds me of a conversation I had with my good friend G.W. Foley. We talked on his podcast, and G.W. was telling me how, Trump is a populist. He's doing a lot of things now, but like this is like the first time in his life that he's had such negative reaction towards him. He's been very unpopular, and he can't stand to be unpopular. He's always been the popular choice. He's always been popular. People have always loved him. These people have always told him that he's great. Just so ridiculous. But he should really stop whining about this job. But like, it's got to be hard for Trump, though. You got to think about it, because like, this is probably the first actual job he's ever had in his life. So he probably has no idea what the hell to do about it. He just thinks he's supposed to go to press conferences and talk about how he should have run, how, he didn't, how he got screwed in the election, which isn't true at all. That's just ridiculous. Oh my God. And that was the thing. Like, we'll go back to Mitch McConnell. Like, Mitch McConnell supported Trump. Why? Because he's the Republican candidate. I'll support whoever the Republican candidate is, which is a stupid thing. You should support whoever the best candidate was. And it was neither of them. It was just so damn stupid. The two-party system needs to go away. I'm not saying we get rid of democracy. We just need to get rid of the two-party system. We just need to, like, vote for whoever wants to run for an office should just run for an office, and we vote for that person. It shouldn't be party lines. Lines are so blurred now. We just need to, like, get stuff together. It's so stupid. So damn ridiculous. But it's just... I tweeted something today. I tweeted, I'm not going to read it word for word for you. I don't want to be a shallow piece of crap and do that. But I said something about how, what did I say? I hate politics so much that I'm beginning to think that, do we even really need government anymore? I don't think we do. I don't think we need government anymore, because the government's too busy arguing within them. Going a little too fast. The government is too busy arguing within itself to get anything done in the first place. So ridiculous. That's one thing and someone did tweet back to me that, like, that's why somebody voted for Trump. That's why they hoped Trump would win, because it would destroy the government. I don't know if that'll happen, though. I kind of see more political leaders going against Trump, so it could actually unite the politicians against Trump and have them work with each other more. That would be nice to see, but I doubt that would happen. I don't think any of that would happen. It's just watching. Trump's not been in office for a month yet, and he's getting rocked. He's gonna. I just don't see it lasting much longer. Ugh. That's what we should do, though, is like we should just not pay attention to him. Should not pay attention to what he's doing. We should have him have the worst ratings. We should report on everything about politics except Donald Trump. We shouldn't mention him in the news at all anymore. You know? Everybody should just go ahead, unfollow him on Twitter, don't read his Twitter account, don't pay any attention to him, and we'll just ignore him and see what he does. He'll be like the whining baby. He'll be like, it's just, we shouldn't really ignore him. That's a terrible idea. Because ignore it and it'll go away. No, we need to keep agitating him. I know I've said two completely opposite things. It's crazy. I don't know. It's fun to watch, but at the same time, it's really crazy to watch too. Really, it's just politics shouldn't be entertaining, though. It should be boring, and they should just get stuff done, but they don't get anything done. So crazy. Man. The whole political system is just so fucked up. So completely messed up. But yeah, I think, back to my original thought, Mitch McConnell needs to be hated a lot more than he actually is. Because I think he's a big problem. It's wonder, 32 years. He's been a senator for 32 years. It's far too long. I mean, no one should be. It's a lifetime thing. And then people keep voting for him, which makes no sense at all. I don't get it. I don't get why people vote for certain people. It just doesn't. I just think the whole voting. The world would be a lot better place if there were no politics. Just so stupid. I'm not saying get rid of government, but we should at least get rid of the two-party system. So goddamn ridiculous. So dumb. So crazy. Let's see. What the hell else do I want to talk about? I'm kind of going off. I had a plan. I was going to talk a lot about Mitch McConnell, but then Donald Trump had his press conference. Oh my God. He's the leader of our free world. So ridiculous. I just wonder when the Trump supporters are going to be like, hey, wait, this isn't what I really wanted. Well, they probably think we're screwed either way, so we might as well have this guy who's so into himself that he's not actually gonna... He's gonna fail miserably. And maybe that's what people actually want. I think a lot of people really just want him to fail miserably and ruin our government. Which I'm not actually opposed to all that much. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm sure it won't destroy it, but there's going to be a lot of fixing that we're going to have to do. But it's really just about money and who controls the money. Let's see. What else can I talk about for the last 10 minutes of the show, the podcast? I hope you're enjoying it. It's just me rambling. I'm trying to talk about just one thing now per episode, or one constant theme. And like I said, my theme was going to be Mitch McConnell, and I was going to do some research on it, but then I'm like, I don't want my show, my podcast, to be one of those things. I just want to talk into a microphone for 30 minutes and have a constant theme that I was going to talk about. Like, for instance, today, is Mitch McConnell is a douchebag and Donald Trump is going to be the worst president ever. And sure, it's going to be wonderful to watch, but it's just going to feel like, oh shit, this guy's our leader, like him or not. He's the leader of the free world, and it's so crazy. It's just unbelievable that this... And yeah, I think I've said enough about Trump. I'll talk about him again. I'm sure something will happen. Something always happens. I just wonder what's the end game on Trump? How's this going to end? It just seems so surreal. I can't even say the words President Trump. President Trump. There, I said it. I loved that John Oliver's show came back on Sunday. I watched that in the hotel in Baltimore on our way back from Myrtle Beach on Sunday. It's glad to see him back. I liked how he talked about Trump and how he makes accusations about fake news and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm not going to recap the John Oliver show. Sorry, that's not what I meant to do here. What else was I going to talk about? Did I talk about... No, I talked about that. I don't know. Let's see. What else am I going to talk about today? I don't really know. Yeah. So yeah, Mitch McConnell is just... You should just go out and look up information about him, because he's really probably one of the most despicable people in government, I think. And he represents everything that's wrong with the government. There's a lot of stuff wrong with government, though. I mean, I'm not saying that we don't get rid of it. We just... I don't know. Just so ridiculous. I feel like our priorities are totally out of whack, and they're going to be even more out of whack with Trump as president, I think. Because all we care about now is, the fake, voter fraud. Like, he won the election legitimately, and all he cares about is... He's still talking about the election, and I'm sure he's still talking. He's still mad that the size at his inauguration was smaller than Obama's inauguration. And he doesn't even... I doubt... I mean, he watches the news. I'm sure he watches the news programs. His press conference today indicated that he does watch news programs. But he just... Oh my god. And he's addicted to Twitter. I'm addicted to Twitter, but I'm not running for president. Maybe someday. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Let's see. What else can I talk about for the next couple of minutes? Yeah, like I said, I'm going to talk about more. I'm not going to talk about a whole bunch of things now in my podcast. It's going to be one topic. Today's topic was politics. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk about politics again. I'll mix politics into everything that I talk about. Probably. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. Do I have any comedy stuff coming up? Well, there's the movie roast that I'll be in. That I'll be participating in at the Marquee in Middlebury. But this podcast will be coming out that same day, so I hope you, so it's pointless to promote it there, but I did just mention it. I think there's another Vermont Comedy Outlaws show on March 11th. I think it's the 11th. Pretty sure it's the 11th. I'll have to look. March 11th at the Marquee. I'll be in another Vermont Comedy Outlaws show. Oh. And I'll be in the finals of the Snowplow Comedy Competition in Killington on Wednesday, March 1st at 9 p.m. where the hardcore comedy champion is going to show up and win the whole damn thing. I said it. That's not how he would say it. I mean, when he shows up, he'll talk. But I'm a bit more timid than him. The hardcore comedy champion. I'm sorry. This is the, I'm back from vacation and I'm really tired and I'm forcing myself to do a podcast today version of the McTaggart Attack Podcast. This isn't the first time I've had to apologize for my crappy podcast. I hope you did enjoy it. So yeah, we'll go to the not promotional, but stuff now. Like go like my page for the podcast on Facebook. I have 103 likes now, so that's cool. Also, follow me on Twitter at KevMcT. I have over 41,000 followers on Twitter. I think it's 41,680 something. It'll be growing again as I use the Crowdfire app. Big fan of the Crowdfire app. Only pay a couple bucks a month if you want to if you want to add followers. It allows you to just add followers quicker. That's what it does. They're actual followers. It's legitimate. It's just an easier way to add followers. So look up the Crowdfire app. There's Crowdfire. Let me sponsor you. Or sponsor my podcast, Crowdfire, now that I've mentioned. I'm also a little lackadaisical because I went to Wendy's today. And let me just say, the Wendy's in West Lebanon, New Hampshire is the worst Wendy's in the history of Wendy's. There should be something done about this Wendy's. If Wendy's is listening, fix the Wendy's in Lebanon, New Hampshire. All of the employees there are a bunch of damn idiots. It's disgusting. I hate it. Fix the Wendy's. Wendy's. And if you want to sponsor the McTaggart Attack Podcast, please let me know. And I'll talk about how much I love Wendy's. I love the food at Wendy's. I just hate the service at my local Wendy's. I've been to other Wendy's and they've been fine. But this Wendy's in particular is the worst I've ever been to. And I'm ashamed of it. So fix it. Did I mention Twitter? Yeah, follow me on Twitter. Maybe I'll start talking about how much I hate my local Wendy's on Twitter. And maybe Twitter will do something about it. I need to figure out how to make the stand-up comedy thing a real job. Because I hate my job. I'm tired of it making me cry. Or making me want to cry. It's not that I cry, but it's just so damn frustrating sometimes. Ridiculous. I've said ridiculous a lot tonight. I don't care. The world is ridiculous. Look, we have a clown for a president. So of course it's damn ridiculous. This is the incessant rambling portion of the podcast. Oh wait, that was the whole podcast. The whole podcast was just incessant rambling. Think I'm gonna stop it here. Hope you all have a good night and enjoy the podcast. Give me some feedback. Let me know if you like it or not. Shout out to my Aunt Elaine and Uncle Wayne who listen to this podcast. That's right. I'll do shout outs. Let me know if you want me to shout you out, and I will shout you out on my podcast. I think that's it. Alright, I'll see you all later. Have a great night, day, weekend, President's Day, blah blah blah. Just talking. You thought it was over. I'm doing a Ferris Bueller. It's over. Go home. I'm not gonna get sued for that, am I? I don't think I will. Alright, that's it. I'm really hitting the stop button now. Have a good night, everybody.